Here we are on Yucatan, and who have we got? In the blue we have xiaoPhai playing as the Huns, and in the green we have mylove. So both players playing as Huns, as we can tell, no houses have been constructed yet. And, well, we're on Yucatan, so the first thing to probably note is let's actually have a look at the middle, because this can be a really big factor in this game on how easy or how hard it can be to wall off, where you can wall off, things like that. So if we look through the middle here, we do have this kind of area, and it's not too bad in a sense, but it's definitely not the best I've seen. Some, you can drop like 3 pieces of wall, and you're done, 4 or 5 pieces of wall. This one, it's going to take a bit more time as well. There's not exactly a lot of fish in them either. Every now and then you can see a little bit of shore fish everywhere, but this one's quite, well, it doesn't have a lot there, honestly. So let's have a look at the maps quickly. As xiaoPhai has his berry bushes towards the front. Got a nice back gold, however these trees here are going to stop it getting to its full occupants. And, well, hopefully you can get rid of them with the lumber camp sooner or later. Just so it doesn't hurt him quite so much. Doing a bit of turkey exploration around there. There's woods over on this side here as well, not too bad of a location. Going to be pretty hard for his opponent to get that range upgrades that he needs to get over here, so he shouldn't be really too scared of harassment yet. Tower should be able to put a bit on, but then again, he's got quite a big area to actually move on. He does have another one at the back here, he has more berry bushes over here, and he's got his stone here, which means he's got quite a good location, honestly. His only real big areas are these front areas here, and of course if he decides to drop, say, a barracks, archery range, smith, he can have this side here walled off pretty easily, or he can do the exact same thing along here. So it's really just decides on how he decides to play it, and if he decides to forward, or play more passively, or play more defensively, things like that. Coming over to mylove, he's got his gold on the front here. Both of the berry bushes are towards the back though, however this one could be said it's on the side. He does have a backwood. This got stone here as well, quite a good location. He actually has 2 golds in this location over here, which is really nice, honestly, because he could choose just to kind of wall this section off if he wanted to, and if he needed the gold extremely badly. This side here, he's actually gone for the dock. That's actually quite interesting. We don't usually see docks on this map. And yes, he is going for fishing ships. That's an interesting one, actually. But saying that, he does have 3 shorefish in here, which isn't the worst, and of course it will give you a little bit of extra population and income, so I guess it's kind of worth it. He has gone for this wood over here, so he does have quite a nice location with these, but not really a lot else. The only really thing that he doesn't have going for him is he's got this gold on the front here, whereas his opponent has this back one here. But talking about golds again, xiaoPhai, he doesn't have much around where he is. He's got this one at the back here, this one here, however he will have to move all the way through up here to get it. This one right over here, which is in a nice position. Saying that as well, this one's still got a little bit of tree around it. This one over here, which is, well, in here. And this one over here, so it's not exactly the nicest. Mylove definitely has the best spread kind of out of this. Still, though, he will have to send villagers all the way down around here. But at least there's 2 in the same kind of area, and he can wall it off if he really chooses to. It's really up to him on that one. He's got a nice big deer patch at the front as well, and where's your deer patch? Should be around somewhere. It's kind of spread out, but most of it seems to be around here, so it's not too bad, actually. And both players are not going for the deer. That's interesting, mylove, but then again, he does have these fishing ships out. So mylove is advancing up to the feudal age. Xiao is a little bit ahead of him, probably 25% ahead. So that means he's going to have a little bit of a bonus here. However, mylove definitely has a score advantage here, because xiaoPhai going up on 21 population, while mylove goes up on 26. There's a big difference there, but of course this dock's really going to be helping it out. And he did, of course, click up a bit earlier, so of course he's not going to have quite so many villagers out. Over on this side here, we can see the second lumber camp has gone up. And what is your plan? What are we saying? Barracks is here, and stable? Yes, stable, very common for Huns, because there's quite a lot of food around on this map. I mean, you have 2 sets of berry bushes, and deer, 3+ 4, depending on how good you are, well, how good the location is. So that's an interesting one that you can always check out. Mylove going up there, kind of delaying the stable going down, actually, so that's going to kind of be a bit helpful towards that. And that scout there surviving on 1 HP. Scouts out of this one. It looks like they're both going to be attacking through the same section here, so it looks like the rush distance actually, well, not the rush distance, but the distance between bases is going to be quite small. And if he hits this one, it's over. Stable still under construction over here, whereas How many scouts do we have? Nearly a third? Well, it would be a second because his initial one died. Warloff actually going down for Zhao right now, which is quite interesting. mylove continuing to push across this side here. Lumber camp up again, another one, why not? Warloff going down on this side as well here. And it looks like these villagers actually moving out. Looks like they're going to try and wall off this section here by the looks of it. Yes, there we go. They are going to be walling off at this section. So both players are going to be walling off here, so that's an interesting one. But of course, when you scout that your opponent is walling off, one of the best tactics you can really do is to wall off yourself. Over on this side, blacksmith is going up, so we might see a fast castle. Actually, can't see anything really going for an archery range. Not creating any more scouts, and on this side over here, no more scouts either. A few spears out to defend, but nothing really big. So it looks like there's going to be fairly decent castle age. Honestly, they're going to have to be going for that and just building up their economy. Right now, we can see that Zhao doesn't exactly have the resources to be going up. 33 population though, so not too bad. mylove on 37 doesn't really have the resources either, but when both players wall off like this, you can tell they're just going to kind of work on their economy for a bit. Looks like we're going to see another mill go up on this side over here as well. And it looks like the wall off on this side is going to be finished up eventually. So of course that blacksmith will be started soon. There we go. And right now there's not actually a lot else going on. Zhao managing to get a little bit of harass over here, which is good, killing off 4 scouts there by the looks of it, and only losing 1. So that's quite good for him. These spears, of course, chasing down the scouts, but not being able to catch them because, well, they're scouts and spears. We all know that horses go faster than walking. Just looking at the economies for right now, looks like they're being pretty even with it. Can't really tell what they're going to be going for exactly yet. Only just started on gold, so we can't really see any type of big archer flush thing coming out. Same goes for Zhao, though. He doesn't really have a lot out gold-wise. He does have quite a few on, but that could just be because he's thinking about going up so he can get some cavalry archers started. But he will be able to up quite soon, actually. Just waiting on 40 gold now. Come on, gold. And this is going to be decent timing, actually. And there we go. And upping. Beautiful. Zhao going up now. And if we go over and check mylove, just lacking a bit of gold there. That's all he's really lacking to go up. Does have a lot of villagers onto gold now, though, so he won't have too much trouble collecting and sustaining what he wants to go for. Whether they choose to go to the knights or not could be an interesting one here, because they've both already got the stable up. It's going to be interesting to decide what they actually want to do. Because, of course, cavalry archers are good, but it all depends on your economy. Saying that, though, we do have Zhao actually mining just quite a bit of stone here, actually. How much has he got? Only 108. So we will still need to get those town centers up, which is fair enough. mylove only just starting it now, and I don't know. I think he's used a little bit less stone. Let's check. mylove only having 30, actually. But looking at it, it's not that surprising. So continuing to fight this one out. Looks like they've walled off this section here too. I don't particularly know why though. Scouting around this section here. Zhao going up now. Let's see what he goes for. Zhao, are you going for knights or are you going for archers, or what's your plan? Nothing. Town center. Town center. Looks like we're going to be seeing a boom from him. Doesn't look like he's going to be going for any kind of pressure whatsoever. He's just going to kind of hide behind his walls and hope that his opponent doesn't go for some kind of big push. Saying that, though, the archer range is up for mylove right now, so we could see some cavalry archers. Yes, cavalry archer production has started. Another town center going up, as well as another monastery, well, a first monastery. So it's going to come down here, quite interestingly, actually, to who decides to do what. And if we look at the economies, actually, it's kind of set for knights over cavalry archers, which is interesting. But of course, town centers do cost a lot of wood, so that can kind of throw it out. 4 town centers actually for Zhao, trying to make up some point difference here. There's only about 20 points in it though, so it is quite close. Zhao definitely doing a good job over here. However, once this gold runs out, he's going to be in a bit of trouble because he will be forced to go outside this main walled off area. Whereas mylove's kind of just walled everything in. So he's done quite a good job with this actually, and if he hasn't missed any spots, which it doesn't look like he has, he should be fine. Seeing 3 town centers from him. Might even see a 4th eventually. Still has those stone miners there. So at the moment Zhao will be taking the lead due to the fact he has 4 town centers and his opponent only has 3. And if we look at that, pretty perfect honestly, just forgetting about this town center here by the looks of it. Apart from that, he's doing pretty well honestly, keeping that production just good. Not putting quite a big emphasis on gold at the moment. Either is mylove though, and it looks like he's actually gone out of that cavalry archer production. What happened to that one cavalry archer we saw before? Outpost up there, that's definitely a smart move when you want to know if your opponent's going for something, because of course if you have to kick from an eco mode like this into a military offensive type of game, it's good to know as soon as your opponent moves out, just because it gives you that little bit of extra time to get those buildings up so you can get to maximum production. What happened to that lone cavalry archer? Here he is. Looks like he's just getting some scouting information right now. Doesn't look like we're seeing too much from both players yet. Monastery is up in the back here now, and getting a little bit, could have potentially done some damage to that gate there. And it looks like we've got Zhao starting to create a knight, so he could be going for some kind of knight push here. No upgrades on them though, none at all yet. And it looks like the cavalry archer going to be able to take that one out there. Yeah, no upgrades whatsoever. We don't have bloodlines, we don't have forging, we don't have any of the armor upgrades. So, that's an interesting one there actually. And he's not even going for any. Archery range is up over here. It looks like there's going to be quite a big knight offensive right now from Zhao. And his economy is pretty much set for it. If we look at the amount of farms he has, the only thing he doesn't have is a lot of gold miners right now. And as we know, gold is really important for knights because, well, they cost a lot of it. What's this scout over here doing? Just scouting it out. Cavalry archer again, scouting it out. Another knight. Don't know what he's trying to do with these knights though. He's only got... how many we've got? We've got 2 out. Could just be trying to kill off any of these lone cavalry archers that are running around. Nothing too special, I don't think. 4th town centre up for mylove right now by the looks of it. And that's 4, yes, beautiful. And the scores at the moment is about 100 points difference, but Zhao going to the Imperial Age. That's where the difference is here. The Imperial Age there, so that's going to be quite an early imp, about 32 minutes, I think, would be right. And I'm interested to see what he goes for, if he decides to go for a Paladin kind of offensive, or if he goes for heavy cavalry archers. Because as we do know, Paladins are extremely good, and there we go, seeing all these stables here makes me pretty certain that he's going to be going for Paladins. Still got no upgrades on the way though, which is an interesting one. Usually they at least have the armor upgrade by now. Most of the time, bloodlines as well. But saying that, he was going for quite an early Imperial Age, so he's going to be able to kind of catch his opponent off guard with that, hopefully. Mylove at the moment, Imperially as well, but again, there hasn't really been a lot of harassment, so it's kind of a given that they're going to be going for the early Imperial. Stables going up for mylove as well, and I can't check him for upgrades, sadly. Not creating anything yet, though. Upgrades happening over here. We have the armor, we have bloodlines. This is good. Castle actually coming up here on this gate. This could be extremely bad for mylove right now. We might see a massive push from Zhao right now. And I don't know exactly what mylove has to hold it off. He's got some knights in production, and apart from that, these knights are kind of run in and just ransack. And there we go. Zhao has hit the Imperial Age, and now onto these buildings here. Battering rams are moving forward. Battering rams, as we know, a very handy unit when breaking down walls, especially once you get to siege rams. Those splash is amazing for knocking down walls. A few knights out here, and we check these ones here. There is an attack upgrade, which is going to favour xiaoPhai right now. Another stable going up. We actually have a lot of stables over here with minimal production coming out of them, which is kind of interesting. Second armor upgrade is on the way, and a market going up here. Looks like he's going to be getting rid of some of those extra resources, which I don't know what he's getting rid of. Can't exactly tell if he's going for anything specific there. Rams have moved forward. He has managed to take down his opponent Smith, which is a big deal because his opponent will have to rebuild that to keep getting those upgrades. It looks like we've already got one over here. Cavalier, though, already for both players. And how are we looking on upgrades? Upgrades are even right now. So this is an interesting one, and this piece of wall here could actually be deleted, so this Cavalier will be able to run in and just kill off these battering rams. One chunk of wall for 3 battering rams is generally pretty worth it. And let's see what we've got. Castle coming up on the front over here. So this looks like it's definitely going to be the more heavily fortified area of the two. And it looks like, yes, moving into this section over here to grab some gold. I think there might actually be a small gap there between there, which explains why he walled this side here off. Another Smith by the looks of it, so he's going for double upgrades right now, which is an interesting one. What are we seeing? The second attack upgrade is actually favouring mylove right now, and the second gate coming up behind that. Definitely a good wall there when you're getting attacked like this. If you need to get one up quicker to just block multiple pieces, that can do it. And there we go, we do have the mangonel in right now, trying to defend off from those walls, to stop those walls getting taken down, to defend the walls. Iron casting on the way, so finally getting that second attack upgrade, which is also important. mylove definitely starting to take a big lead here actually, but he has really started developing this area of his economy. He's got another town center up, lots of farms over here. He's occupying 3 gold sources at the same time, however one just ran out then. And actually, what was there? That was stone. So he's got 3 gold sources, and he's done all his stone there. So it looks like the economy is starting to definitely favor mylove in this one. He's definitely starting to win the boom war here. This section over here, Zhao's economy not looking bad, but still mylove looks like he does have a pretty good bonus. He actually went for fish traps, which is something interesting. We generally don't see fish traps at all, but then again, if you're getting kind of an area like this, it's either that or delete the fishing ships. Paladins are now out for xiaoPhai. We do not have paladins yet for mylove. The upgrades are pretty even. It's just going to come down to that. Saboteurs here, they will be able to blast through this wall, and they will be able to get in here quite quickly. And there we go, in come the paladins by the looks of things, and it's going to be a close one. That splash damage there definitely going to help in the defense. But still, it's numbers versus tech, really. And actually choosing to retreat out of there, that's an interesting one. Could just be waiting for reinforcements and monks, though. But this castle is very well just positioned to try and help out here. Mangonel, again, splash damage could have really played against him here, because, you know, if they take like 10 damage each, on like 5 of them, that's still a lot there that you've got less. Even though his opponent's still only on Cavalier. But still, every advantage is an advantage. And there we go, monks actually healing them up. More stables coming up now, and looks like he's starting to actually have trouble sustaining the amount of stables he has here. And the wall's actually being rebuilt as well. So it looks like we're going to be in for a bit more of a stall here, and mylove really starting to just rocket up in points. 700 now, 900 now. Paladin has been done. He has both players have all their upgrades right now. It's just going to come down to who has more, and maybe a little bit of micro. Stables up for both players, lots over here as well. How are we looking for gold? Still got 3 piles left here, and still 3 piles left over here, so it's really going to come down to this. If this goes one-sided, it's going to be pretty much a steamroll from there, especially if mylove wins it, it's probably going to be a steamroll. If not, if mylove can hold him out long enough, he might be able to build up and start defending again. But it's really going to come down to who wins this and how much by. Could use this hill advantage here. We do have some villagers moving forward, so could be going for something. Getting a few early hits here, actually. And it looks like we do have mylove getting better positioning, though. He's definitely got a better area here. He is attacking more units. Whereas if we look at Zhao, lots of these units here are scattered along the back here. And it's definitely a close one. And I really can't exactly tell what's going on right now. Still a lot of Zhao's paladins. 1,100 points for mylove right now, though. Reinforcements are moving in. A siege workshop is coming up on the front here. Oh, it's close. It is extremely close. What are we mining over here? More gold, so going for another gold pile there. And again, this map, there was 4 on one side, 3 on the other. So it could come down to those gold piles. And there we go, Zhao looks like he's going to be able to win this one here unless lots of reinforcements from mylove come in. But mylove's still retaining that real high score lead, which is kind of interesting. Looks like the trebuchet is starting to do a bit of damage here, but we do have more petards moving forward, and they will of course be able to break down this gate, hopefully. Because over here, they might be able to break through this one here, depending. It'll be close. Again, lots more paladins from mylove coming out. They're just streaming from both players right now, and it's going to come down to who has a better economy. And if that happens, mylove, 1,500 points up, you can see exactly how that's going to go. And it looks like they're going to be busting in here. Yes, what's the plan, though? You could always pray you didn't notice, but nope, in come the builders. They're going to be repairing that one kind of quickly. If you want to do a mad dash for his economy, you're going to have to do it quick, and a bit of a waste. Bugger. And here we go, love pushing Zhao back now. And how are we doing for gold over here? Only 2 piles there left, 2 piles there, a few over there. That's still looking pretty decent though. Both players still having quite a bit of gold left. But as we know, Paladin's a very gold expensive unit. Just watching this one fight over here, we might be seeing mylove moving a little bit too far to try and engage here. Is this castle helping? And it looks like Xiao does have a few more paladins here. However, it looks like we're seeing a cavalry archer change for mylove as well here, which is really interesting. Just starting to go into that. Has most of his upgrades on them, just of course needing that heavy cavalry archer last upgrade. But of course, if he does have like a front layer of paladins, and if he has the cavalry archers behind him, definitely going to be quite smart, because of course those cavalry archers will be attacking units the entire time, whereas paladins will be moving around a bit, trying to get an angle. So let's just swap over to mylove and see if he's still producing cavalry archers. Going for a few. Not exactly going all into him, but he doesn't exactly have the most gold around to be using. It looks like though Xiao is starting to take the lead here in paladins. I would say this castle's really helping out. I know they have 7 armor, but still, it's quite a bit of extra damage you can put in there. And halberdiers actually coming out for mylove right now. So this is actually an interesting one. He is starting to mix some halberdiers in there, and as we do know, halberdiers are extremely cost-effective versus paladins. So having a few extra just in there, just for a little bit of extra damage, will be really nice to have. Especially if his opponent doesn't really notice and just kind of keeps grouping them towards. Cavalry archers here are doing quite a bit of damage. Could of course not be upgrading them just so they're a little bit faster, because as we do know, heavy cavalry archers are a little bit slower. Looks like he's actually starting to use the trebuchets and it's offensive too. Mangonel being used as well. And Xiao actually starting to break in here by the looks of it, starting to push forward. Only 1,200 points difference now. Definitely bringing that one back. How much gold have we got here? Like 550. This one over here is still not too bad. It's still got quite a bit on it, actually. This one over here, yeah, it's not too bad. It's probably going to be going soon, but still. How are we doing for gold over here? This is going to be the interesting thing to see if this gold pile here makes it. Because this could be the difference between the game. Lots of halberdiers, lots of cavalry archers. So switching there from paladins to a halberdier cavalry archer. And I think we just saw heavy cavalry archer. Yes, we did. Paladins, though, going to be quite formidable, especially if they just get in here and just wreck the economy. And what's he doing? He's really going to need to get some kind of other unit, and there we go, actually going for halberdiers. Could have gone for skirmishers, honestly, because his opponent's going for the halberdier cavalry archer. And skirmishers backed by paladins, we know, is a really strong force. Well, it will be paladins backed by skirmishers. It's just a really strong thing to have. These two halberdiers here being champions and stopping any of those paladins running through the gate there. There are lots of units over here. Looks like it's... I can't even tell which way it's going yet. Mylove, 1,400 points, but still it could be due to anything. Cavalry archers definitely doing their job though, just watching this gate here, trying to make it hard for anything. Oh, and a few are getting in there, and it looks like, again, getting a little bit extra splash damage. These capture rounds will have to be dealt with soon, and this gate may have to be locked actually, because this mangonel here might open it, and they might actually be given a chance to run in. And saying that, it looks like we just had the capture ram, kill that guy there off. Serviteurs again, but exactly, they're not going to be able to do quite too much in this situation here. I don't think they're going to be able to break through anything in one hit. This side over here has been redone. The only one I'm worried about really is this piece of wall here, just because it's only got 62 hit points on it. And no explosion yet. And this is why you go cavalry archers over paladins in this situation here. Look at all these paladins just sitting here, not doing anything, where all these cavalry archers here are attacking. That is the difference there. And halberdiers here on the front, they're really going to be thinning out the numbers. Trebuchet is out now for Xiao. He will be able to start putting some damage onto this castle, but there are already 2 set up here for mylove, so he's going to be able to take that one down fairly quickly, actually. And it looks like chemistry is yet to be done for Xiao. No real big deal on trebuchets, but still, interesting thing there. And quite a big push of halberdiers here, actually. Might force these paladins to retreat, actually, just because of the fact that, well, it won't be cost effective to engage, and it's going to be at a time where gold's starting to run out. There we go, no gold there. Gold there, how are we doing over here? Got this one left, looks like this one was gone. This one over here should be about to run out. Yeah, there's only really 2 big patches left on it. But still, mylove pushing out across the map here, and if we actually check, mylove has quite a lot of resources available, 400 gold. Xiao 577, quite a lot of all the other resources as well. Could even just start trying to castle push, put a castle up on this hill or something. Still got to be careful of these trebuchets, though. Definitely really hard to deal with. Xiao currently up, well, down by 2,400 points, 2,500. Quite a big difference actually between them. And it might just... it's too close at the moment to even call which way it's going to go. It's extremely close. These paladins here... he really needs to mix in some kind of other unit here. Like, if he mixed in some skirmishers, it'd be absolutely great. And what are we seeing? Archery rangers come up, so he could be actually starting to mix in skirmishers. And it looks like he's going to be going for this trebuchet here. Going to be killing that one off there. These halberdiers, though, going to be going to town on these paladins, which isn't nice. Looks like the cavalry archers are trying to get a better position, and there we go. Yes, very good position there for them. Going to be able to take minimal damage there. And there we go, archery range. What are we going to see from it? Nothing? Looks like we're going to see nothing from it for a bit. Right here, Bodkin. That's good. Elite skirmish upgrade. There we go. So he's going to start backing up with skirmishers. Because as we do know, skirmishers good versus cavalry archers and halberdiers in a straight up fight. Looks like these paladins here are starting to get just muscled down, but these trebuchets have had a chance to close in now. And the paladins are actually into mylove's base right now. This might not end particularly well for him. However, with this gate here, it should be able to stem the flow of reinforcements, unless they're getting around this section here. It doesn't look like it, though. No, they're having to go through. And there we go, actually taking this gate out now. It looks like these cavalry archers over here might be able to deal with the remainder of these paladins, whereas the halberdiers over here should be able to do a little bit against this one. This one here should get killed off. And it might even be able to deal with this one here. And there we go, actually. We've got Xiao retreating out. Thumb ring on the way, elite skirmishers on the way. How's he doing for resources? He's starting to get extremely low on the gold count right now. He does have a ton of idle villages, and that is probably why he's so low. Market is down, and if we actually look on this side now, which I had actually been neglecting for this, we've actually had siege rams and hussars running in this side here to try and get some damage, and this is actually extremely good for him. I can't believe I've missed this. There's been so much action on the other side here, but these siege rams here are really starting to put the damage on. These hussars have been killing the economy by the looks of things. This might have actually even just happened recently. But still, lots of villagers getting killed off here. Siege rams are pushing in, which is extremely dangerous. This side over here, it looks like we might be able to hold off with the skirmishes for a bit. But now there's hussars mixed in, it might be a bit harder, especially when there's so many heavy cavalry archers out. And there we go, GG from xiaoPhai. He did know what to do here. His economy was being wrecked on this side, and he was losing the fight on this side. So I guess it's all kind of even out there. mylove definitely playing a decent game. So I hope you enjoyed that. Something a little bit more post-impy. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next